Hi guys, so this is the astrology update for the 22nd to the 28th. Before we get started, I did want to mention something that I thought was pretty interesting. So, this weekend, me and my friends all looked up at the sky and we noticed what looked like a lot of moving orbs in the sky. And they were still, like, at first we rationalized it and thought, oh, maybe it's like a satellite or something. But then we started seeing a lot of them. And they were still very close to our atmosphere. Like, most of the time, satellites are a little further out. So we were trying to figure out what this was. And so finally we rationalized it had to be aliens because, none of it made sense. Why would there be this many satellites in the sky? Like, we were trying to figure out what was going on with the sky. And I got kind of excited, to be honest. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have like a whole like thing of aliens. Is the age of Aquarius finally here? Like, I was so excited, you guys. And then I found out that no, of course it wasn't aliens. It was Elon Musk. So I guess Elon Musk is actually developing his own Wi-Fi by using a lot of satellites up in the sky. So he's calling it Starlink. And what's going on there is basically it's supposed to be the fastest Wi-Fi that we have. There is like a lot of like science behind it. Of course, I'm not going to get into it. This is just going to be something I thought was kind of interesting. But he's going to send up, hopefully, this is what he's saying, hopefully the estimate would be 42,000 satellites, and that it should be able to connect the world completely together. So where you're not supposed to have much Wi-Fi lags and stuff like this. I mean, that would be a really great investment, honestly, for his part. But I was a little bummed still when I heard that it wasn't aliens. Of course, as me, I jumped to aliens. But yeah, that what we just saw that night was a lot of satellites, and a lot of people didn't know what it was because we've actually contacted people from around the US because that's where we live. We live up in a mountain range, and so we called a bunch of people, and a lot of people were seeing this in the sky, but they didn't know what it was. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It was actually just a lot of satellites. A lot of astronomers, though, are getting kind of mad about it because they say that it's messing up the sky. So I don't know. But we will see because that's kind of an interesting thing. So I just thought I would want to put that out there. So for anybody of you out there listening and you didn't know that Elon Musk is trying to create a massive network of for like Wi-Fi, I thought that was kind of interesting. So let's get started with this. So we actually have a lot going on this week. Um a lot of stuff is taking place. So on the 22nd, we have the moon squaring Pluto. And the moon is in Aries and Pluto is in Capricorn. So, for a lot of people, this is going to make a lot of people kind of passive. Um, they're going to be kind of caught in their imagination and dreaming, and a lot of people are going to be kind of a lot of people are going to be experiencing um, a lot of just wishful thinking, the need to control situations and choices and actions, trying to control your emotions. So a lot of people at this time is going to try to control how they appear to people on the outside. Um, you also kind of fear the loss of others, like afraid of losing people. You're kind of like self-analyze a lot on a deeper level in the subconscious at this time. For a lot of people, you're gonna try and you're gonna have like deep emotional power struggles with family or partners. Racism and fear and phobias will kind of be coming out around this time. Um, And it what it's trying to do, what this energy is doing, where you have Moon squaring Pluto, is it's trying to get people to eliminate bad habits and behaviors, trying to make people transform their emotions and their relationships, and just kind of seeing the darker side of human nature and emotional manipulation. Because a lot of times, us as people, we don't really realize how manipulative or emotional people can be, or we don't realize how we could be that manipulative and emotional. And so for us to learn to ascend from that, and that's kind of what's happening, is it's putting that energy there to where we're forced to deal with people, and we're forced to view and see things from a whole different point of view. um Also on the 22nd, we also have the Moon squaring Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Capricorn. So we have a lot of Capricorn and Aries energy. And at this time, a lot of people might have problems with like their bile or liver problems, because you can be very vulnerable at this time. So I would try to refrain from drinking or anything that could cause a lot of damage in your liver, or, just be kind of careful with your stomach and stuff like this. A lot of people are going to generally be kind of worrying about their health. I'm A lot of people at this time are going to be kind of dramatic. I A lot of people are going to be wanting attention. Um there might be a huge excess in food and food consumption with alcohol and drugs. Um you guys are going to probably experiencing like changeable moods. Some people are kind of in this you're going to have low like some people are going to have lower standards in their relationships. There could be a lot of disloyalty, a lot of cheating going on at this time. Um, for a lot of people, it's a lot to do with like self worth. So a lot of people will cheat because it makes them feel more confident. But oftentimes, a lot of people that are cheating or going through a lot of stuff at this time, they're going to have a lot of repercussions for their actions. A lot of people, if you are feeling kind of stuck or have a lot of issues, right now this would be a great time to donate to charities, helping others, because that will kind of uplift you and get you out of that more negative situation. Because for a lot of people, some of you guys will be experiencing a lot of the feeling of hopelessness, and that's going to cause, for some of you guys, feeling like you don't have luck. Just a lot of things like that's kind of happening, where you don't feel like you're growing or expanding like you should. Then we're going to have Taurus, the moon, shift into Taurus today as well on the 22nd. And that's going to help us a lot, I feel like, for more financial restraint. A lot of people, we have had a lot of insignificant placements to where we're spending more money than we normally would want to, especially at this time. And so, right, to have that moon in Taurus, it's going to help us kind of increase our money, or be careful with our material possessions. We're going to be a little bit more tentative with family, focusing on home life and stuff as well. But we also might be coming across a lot of stubbornness in family members or in yourself around this time. And it's kind of a long lasting effect, and it can also be a long lasting increase in value. So if you guys have been working on something and it's slowly bringing in value, it can actually be a long term investment. Um, so a lot of the world right now is kind of having external situations. A lot of people are still trying to have divorces and changings, and it's going to be hard. So for any of you guys who are trying to get a divorce, I mean, clearly, again, due to the circumstances of what's going on in the world, it's going to be hard anyway. But they always say oftentimes to never try to get a divorce or have any massive changes when Taurus is transitioning into the moon, because it will take longer and it can drag out situations longer than it needs to be. It can also be an excess of spending more on lawyers and stuff like that. So for a lot of you guys, you also might be having to pay a lot more too. Um, and so makes like, you could be very slow to making decisions at this time. We also have the moon now in Taurus, and it's now squaring Saturn later on throughout the day, and that's going to cause a lot of restriction, depression. We're going to be feeling really unlucky in relationships. We're going to have a hard time connecting with people. We're going to be feeling really sad, lonely. A lot of guilt and shame could possibly come up. A lot of past relationship failures and loss and grief. Low self esteem and bitterness can be what could be holding you back because of having the moon squaring Saturn, and Saturn having it in Aquarius as well. So you're going to be focusing a lot more on people and communities and feeling like just feeling like you can't win in this situation. So it's going to be kind of a heavy day and a heavy month, because what happens is energy can take a while to pass through. There's no real time on energy. So this could be affecting people right now, and or it could be affecting people even before this energy hits, and then it can lead up to like weeks or months that you might be experiencing this energy. For the 23rd, we'll have the half moon transitioning into Leo. So at this time, it'll be a lot of health concerns, difficulties at work. Gonna have difficulties with opposite sex, um, when you just feel like you guys cannot really communicate or be compatible. There's a lot of family problems and a lot of public disagreements or things like that. So where you're not really getting the right effects with people. You feel like you're just not. It's kind of that awkward phase. Um, and then what we have here is we have the moon in Leo, and now we're going to be it's going to be squaring Mercury, which will be in Taurus. So they'll both be fixed signs. I just kind of wanted to point that out because that's going to be kind of the mindset and what we're going to be talking, how we communicate with others. So, for a lot of people at this time, though, they might have their spiritual gifts might be more opening for them at this time. Um, and for a lot of people, it kind of heightens that, and so just try not to misuse them, obviously. When, like, for some people, it's everybody's going to be a little different with their spiritual gifts enhancing, but that's kind of what's going to be happening a little bit at this time. um a lot of people thinking about it in a more I feel like how we will view things will be a little bit more opinionated, and it might not be good so much at times. We might become very biased and influence. Others might be able to influence your thoughts. It's kind of like a good time, though, for a lot of people to pull back at this time, because you might have a chance of butting heads with others, because you can come off as preachy to others at this time because of the way it's squared, or others might appear to that to you, to where they might seem very preachy. And it's just a lot of friction there with communication with one another. But this will be kind of a nice time to stay home, clean your house, do chores, things that you've been putting off for a while. That would be a really good time to use, and that would be a good time for this energy, actually. So we have on the 24th, we have the moon in Taurus, and it's squaring Mars, which is in Aquarius. So a lot of people are going to be more excited, more argumentative. People are going to be more flighty. You're going to have a lot of more issues with the opposite sex. You could waste money again more easily, repress your emotions, and you could also be feeling kind of moody and passionate at the same time. There could be things you're passionate about, but your moods change very frequently at this time. And for a lot of people, they kind of repress your emotions, especially when it comes to situations and things that you don't want to have to deal with or address at the time. We also have the moon in Taurus sextiling Neptune and Pluto. I mean, not Pluto, sorry, Neptune in Pisces. And so at this time, it's going to be a very imaginative time. Everyone's going to be very sensitive. Um, Everybody's going to be more artistic. Um, Everybody's going to have more brilliant ideas for their work or for what they want to do. Things will just kind of click for people in this time. And it also can kind of cause people to be more enthusiastic and maybe not necessarily see things from the right point of view. So we're gonna have the moon now trine Neptune, and at this time, Neptune is shifted into Capricorn, but we still have the Taurus moon. So emotions are going to be active, and it might be more of a one-sided situation for that, to where you could be dealing with the person, but they can't see your side, but they can see their side, or you can only see your side. So for a lot of people, it's going to be a very one-sided situation in relationships, and you're going to be kind of experiencing new awakenings of emotions, things that we didn't realize that we had within. Um, this is a time where people are going to start feeling like they desire to expand their knowledge, expand in adventures, and taking extreme actions, and trying to discover new places and where they want to go in life, and discovering new parts and aspects of themselves. So for a lot of people at this time, it's going to be kind of that energy boost to where everybody wants to kind of expand and explore what the world has for them. We also have the moon in Taurus trying Jupiter in Capricorn, and that's kind of a favorable constellation, because it can actually bring a lot of people closer in a social aspect, as well as like your popularity, your artistic interests, how we communicate with one another, and it's going to be kind of a more positive outlook on life and just enjoying yourself with those around you. So then we have on the 25th, we have Mercury and its shift into Aries, and now it's going to be squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And so at that time, you're going to kind of feel resentment and overeagerness. You're gonna have errors, and things are just gonna slip up. Things are gonna happen, and it's gonna cause a lot of upheaval in parts of your life because it seems like nothing is going right. And then we're going to have the moon now shift into Gemini. And that's just going to bring a lot of curiosity, a lot of looking for new experiences, respecting people, having impressions, just having impressions on people and how you would view people, and having just trying to communicate and have a good time. A lot of training and learning at this time as well. For some of you guys, you could be training yourself to do whatever it is that you are now planning on making. So you'll talk about it with a lot of people, talk about your goals and things you want to accomplish. And then we have Pluto in Capricorn, and now it's going to enter into a retrograde. And this is what's going to be affecting a lot of us. But it's going to be pretty intense to have it in Capricorn. And honestly, especially that I've noticed is going to be especially hard for placements who have a lot of cardinal signs. So that would be Aries, Cancer, and Libra, and Capricorn. It's going to be most intense for Capricorns, but it will be very intense for Cancer because they're the opposition of Capricorn. So they're going to be the opposite on the wheel of the chart. So this is actually going to cause a lot of conflict in people's lives. And it's also going to just be kind of challenging because Aries and Libra is going to be squaring that aspect with Pluto. So that's going to cause some conflict there. But it's going to be mostly beneficial for Virgo and Taurus people at this time, because it will form a trine, which aspects that can promote empowering and growth. And it's going to just kind of help you find your own stability at this time that we have this Pluto retrograding. So I'm going to just start off with Aries. So with Aries at this time, what you're going to have Pluto retrograding. Um, you guys are going to be kind of inspiring to make significant changes, especially with your public image and career. You guys are going to try to um you guys are going to have to overcome difficulties and setbacks and challenges, but it's going to help you discern your purpose and what exactly it is that you want to achieve in this life. And you're going to help achieve that through your ambition. And you're going to be trying to set goals and shed old beliefs so that you can so that these don't limit you anymore. For a lot of my Aries, you guys have felt very restricted and limited, and this is going to help you grow. And after Mars shifts into retrograde in September, you'll need to take risks and break free from stagnant aspects of your life. So things that you feel like don't go very smoothly in your life, you're gonna have to experience that and learn to know what that would be like. Um, because for a lot of you guys, I think it's been hard to um it's been hard for everybody this new start of the year, but for a lot of you guys this is going to help set you guys into a better place and a better position in the world, I guess is how I would like to word this. But it this happens every 5 months and every year that we will have Pluto in retrograde. And so this kind of just off balances. So this is going to be around for a while, and these energies are going to take time. So within this 5 month period, we're going to be starting to shift things and see things and explore things. So it's going to be kind of an interesting experience for a lot of people. So for my Tauruses, you guys are going to be breaking down old beliefs and old views of the world. Everything that you guys have been clinging to for security, that has been restricting your self empowerment, that hasn't made you expand and learn new things. I think for a lot of you guys, you need to get out there, travel to new foreign lands, or just learn about other people's cultures. Just embrace new perspectives and just learn to add your own personal philosophy as you go along. Because what a lot of my Tauruses are trying to learn right now is to just get out of their comfort zone and expand into a whole new way of viewing the world and how you view yourself. And that's going to really help a lot of you guys out and also be able to connect and relate more to people. From August through October, expect to face the way you self sabotage. For a lot of you guys, you're going to be becoming aware of a lot of these things that you do that are going to be that's like a subconscious thing that you just continuously do, and you don't know why. Like, oh, I don't know why I always self-sabotage. Well, eventually it's going to start making it more aware and more prominent as to why you do it, and then this is going to help you so that you don't keep limiting your potential to grow and to expand. For my Geminis, you guys are going to be pulling your focus into relationships and your shared finances with others. So for a lot of you guys, it's wherever you have put a lot of your resources and collaboration with others, you're going to be paying very close attention to it at this time, because now you're going to be making adjustments, you're going to be achieving and trying to balance greater things. So for a lot of you guys are trying to make adjustments and balance the relationships you have when it comes to investing in others, because you want to make sure that you're investing into others and getting something back. So for a lot of you guys are reevaluating your partnerships, your relationships, your business. This is a big time for wherever you have shared money or resources, or you've put a lot of time and energy into, you're going to be paying attention to the rewards. What am I going to be getting in back in return? You're going to be focusing on, where is this a one-sided thing? So for a lot of my Geminis, you guys are going to be really focusing on fairness and trying to get what you deserve. When you guys, but I will have to say, for August to October, you might have to handle and deal with a lot of difficulties within groups of people. Um, but eventually, you guys are going to also, for some of you guys, you might even have conflicts with this group. It could be a group of friends or whatever, and then eventually you might fade out of that and find a new group. For some of my Geminis, I feel like you guys are really transforming and changing and learning what you really deserve and respect. So that's really cool. Because this could bring you very good, exciting opportunities for collaborations with people, especially when you start to get down to what exactly, um, having that mutual respect between one another, you can really change things, especially when you know that you're going to be getting something back in return. So that's what I have from my Geminis. Now for my Cancers, you guys are going to be kind of feeling like people and other circumstances are kind of like prodding you to rebalance and to be more patient with relationships. You're going to have to clarify your own changing and emotional needs. So you need to communicate your needs to your loved ones. You need to talk about it and make adjustments with those you care about to make sure that you are feeling like your needs are taken care of. Because for a lot of my Cancers, you guys have been putting yourselves out there too much, and now it's time to receive, and now it's time to communicate with those around you and express your needs. Because doing so at this time will be very beneficial, and it will also be very good for your growth. And this will also teach you who and who isn't going to make adjustments in their lives for you. So from August to October, if you're owning your own career, you might have concerns. You may come into conflict with your partners, your growth prospects, kind of requiring it's kind of requiring you to look for mutual empowering situations. So instead of feeling like a victim, this is a good time to find people that will help you and empower you as well as you do for them. So this is kind of like you're going to have conflicts, but you need to find those that you can rely on and they can rely on you at this time. So for my Leos, you guys are going to be like report. I can't even say it right now. You guys are going to be like changing your daily goals, looking through your life, trying to reorganize what's going on and how you want to focus. And you guys are going to try to align with, you guys are going to, wow, I cannot talk. I feel like I want to talk so fast. Um, some of my Leos, you guys are probably experiencing a lot of energy because right now you guys are trying to align with your purpose. You're trying to focus on going through challenges and breaking habits, and you wanting to form new habits. Um, and um, you guys are gonna probably burn yourselves out by going so fast and so hard on whatever your goal is that you're going to deplete your energy. So for a lot of my Leos, take it easy at this time, but also this is a good time to find ways to, you know, reduce your health and to find new ways to exercise. For a lot of you guys need to find new routines that can help you release tension and stress. Because for a lot of my Leos, I'm feeling like you guys have had a lot of stress going on, and you guys need to find routines to help reduce that stress. And you just need to change parts of your diet because for some of you guys, you might need a little energy boost. Because I feel like at the beginning, you guys were really taking full throttle and then you guys just burn yourselves out. So pay attention to your diet at this time. What are you eating? What's going to be causing you? What's going to be, lowering your energy levels? And try to work on your diet on that so you can gain more energy. So for my Virgos, we're going to be focusing on deepening your reception of your pleasures and your enjoyment of life. For a lot of my Virgos, you guys have been working way too hard. You guys have done way too many things, and you guys need to take the time now to relax. And because I'm feeling like there's areas in your life that have been stagnant, and it's a good time to shed patterns that you have that has been limiting your ability to pursue and manifest whatever makes you excited to be alive. I think you guys are feeling motivated by creating ambition and being sure to put your hard work and attention into detail into projects. So this will really help inspire you guys. So for a lot of you guys, I'm just learning to um, not take things so seriously all the time, but to also try and do it in a light-hearted way. If you guys get way too stressed out about a situation, step away, find something that you can do that could bring you joy, and then go back later on with fresh new eyes. This will really help a lot of the Virgos right now that are going through a lot of this. So, what we also got is for Libra. Um, so needing to address situations at home and family and maybe some friends, needing to make new changes with them, how you approach situations. For a lot of my Libras, there could be that just where you're living is causing a lot of conflict in situation. So for some of my Libras, you might want to actually try and find a new place to live, things like that. But for a lot of my Libras, it has a lot to do with the stability of home life at this time and just really learning to either upgrade your home or try and find good time to address underlying emotional issues that have been impacting your relationships. So if you've been feeling hurt, this is a good time to express how you've been feeling with your lovers and your partners and your friends and family, and try and work things out. Um, for August to October, this will be probably the best time to experience with those like relationships. So that's what I have for my Libras. For my Scorpios, you guys are going to be more communicative of your needs and expressing them more. You need to do it more clearly. You need to also upgrade your technology. For some of my Scorpios, if you guys are going to start online businesses or try and do things online, you might want to upgrade on a better computers or better technology that can help you stay more connected with people around you. You guys are going to be kind of experiencing dramatic changes in your work and your output on how much you have to work, because you might just get a lot of work handed to you around this time, and that might actually burden a lot of you guys. And so just learn to express the time frames, what you need, what you can have, especially with your partners. If you Scorpios are overworked at work, come home, express what you need, express your feelings to your partner, and I'm sure that they will help you out, because for a lot of my Scorpios, I'm going to be feeling that you guys are going to be having a lot of stress related work, and even if it's not work that's causing stress, I think a lot of my Scorpios are just in a high amount of stress and need to find ways to take care of their needs, and they need to express that and communicate that more. So for my Sagittariuses, you guys are going to be more attracted towards your financial matters and your resources and your income. Just be careful not to stretch yourself too thin when it comes to where you're going to be putting your finances or your resources. Try not to overextend yourself at this time. Try to embrace just new ways of how you might be able to gain money, expand that a little more. But at the same time, at this time, try not to take too many risks. Be careful in August to October, around that time period. Be very careful not to overblow your budget with your money or whatever it is that you have in the bank. Try to be a little bit more resourceful and be very careful on what you're spending and what you are investing in at this time. For my Capricorns, you guys are going to be experiencing opportunities when it comes to changing either your physical appearance or your emotional, how you react to people. You're going to be overall just changing parts of yourself. With others, you guys are going to be trying to shed self-limiting beliefs and trying to honor your own capacity to manifest the vision you want for yourself. So for a lot of my Capricorns, you guys are going to be paying attention to how you can affect others around this time, because at this time you guys might be noticing, oh, I didn't realize how much power I could have to influence an individual. So you're going to be kind of paying attention to at this time just how do I appear to others? How do I come off emotionally to others? So you guys are going to be really just be paying attention to how you put yourself out there in the world, and you guys are going to be trying to take necessary steps for achieving your long-term goals at this time. And oftentimes that's also by, you know, I think that that goes hand to hand with you trying to achieve your goals in general. That I think that working with others and knowing how you can affect others can very much so change um, how you approach specific goals in life. So for my Aquariuses, you guys need to create more space for inner contemplation. You guys are going to be going inwards more and trying to bring out stuff that has been there for a while in your subconscious. Paying more attention to your dreams would be a great idea at this time. You guys are going to be shedding old identities and emotional patterns that have been limiting you in the past, and tracking your inner progress would be a good idea. So for a lot of you guys, journaling would be a good time. Taking time out of your daily routine for a spiritual practice, or like meditating or doing yoga or doing whatever it is that you guys necessarily would do that you consider to be spiritual. Take the time out for that as well. And try to confine into people that you feel like you can be vulnerable with. So if you guys are having a rough time, because for a lot of my Aquarius is you guys are redefining who you are as a person, that's kind of a scary thing. So if you guys have a person you can rely upon to be vulnerable with, that would be a really good time to do so. So for my Pisces, you guys are going to have the time to self-reflect. You guys are going to be kind of seeing how you play roles in relationships. You guys have been kind of seeing how you guys are expressing yourself. Have you guys been authentic? Wow. How have you guys been expressing yourself? Have you been authentic to those around you? Because right now is kind of a good time to find people who can pull their weight in this relationship with you. Because for a lot of you guys could be around a lot of fake people because you haven't been very authentic. So right now at this time, learning to be more authentic, Pisces, is going to help you achieve your goals, because in the end you have to find people that um, will agree with you and that can actually help you boost you and help you achieve your goals. So right now would be a really good time to be very transparent and be very authentic with those around you that you care about, and ask for help. So that's what I have for all of the signs while Pluto is in retrograde. Um so for right now, for a lot of you guys, we're also kind of just experiencing um just a lot going on. And for a lot of my people, um this is going to be that tipping point, because we also have the moon in Gemini, but it's going to be trine in uh Saturn, which Saturn is in Aquarius. Wow. Keep mixing my stuff up. So this is also in this month, and it's going to be bringing a sense of responsibility and organization. You guys are going to have a sense of duty. You guys are going to try to pursue your goals. You guys are going to feel like you have to take care of a lot of people. It's kind of that time where it feels a little heavy restraints, where you feel like you can't just be as free as you would like to be. And so that's what a lot of people are going to be feeling at that time and experiencing it. So on the 26th, we're going to have Mercury in Aries squaring Jupiter in Capricorn. And that's going to cause a lot of people to become careless, stubborn, hasty, unrealistic, and unreliable. Changes in your views of people, situation, the world, things like that. That's what a lot of people are going to be experiencing. Then we have the sun in the sun in Taurus, and it's going to be conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. And this is going to kind of increase individuality. So, for a lot of people at this time, they don't want other people to tell them what to do. They want to do what they want to do. They want to strive to be different from others. People want to be more unique and they want to be happier. Relationships, if you meet people at this time, it can have a happy moments, but it is kind of a short term thing. So if you meet somebody around this time that in this aspects, the relationships don't normally last very long. So that's just something that can happen. We also have the moon in Gemini, and it's also conjuncting Venus, that's also in Gemini. And this is going to kind of be, people are going to be very, what is the word I want to use? It's kind of not necessarily, kind of touchy moods where you're kind of afraid to really communicate with one another because you guys are both going to be kind of moody. Your relationship with your mother at this time can be hard. Not very much good activity going on there. Could have a lot of issues with the mother. If you're a mother, you might even see your child and you just not getting along quite well at this time. Right now you guys are going to be forming a lot of like artistic talents and things that are kind of going to be more obvious to you and others around you that you're good at. Now that we also have the moon in Gemini and it's now trying to Mars, which is in Capricorn. It's going, oh, and sorry, in Aquarius. This is going to be a great time for courage, just taking practical action, being resourceful. It's going to just be really great willpower for a lot of people. The love of truth and openness around those around you, that's kind of what's going to be happening for a lot of us. We're just going to be more open to loving and receiving those around us. Then we're going to have the moon in Gemini squaring Neptune in Pisces, and that's going to be kind of again back to that passive attitude, a lot of self-deception on your part, hypersensitivity, imbalanced. A lot of people, like I said, who have or get nervous around a lot around this time, but they also might get more those who have nervous disorders already, it might amplify that. um Getting lost in wishful thinking happens a lot around this time when the moon is squaring Neptune. And now we have going into the 27th, we have the moon in Gemini sextiling Mercury in Aries. And this is going to be a good time for communication skills, interdependence, a rapid reception, reflection, open mindedness, sound judgment, learning, being more optimistic, communicating more efficiently with people. We have the moon on the 27th entering into Cancer, and this is going to kind of support people in life that like life's going to be unfolding things in a more pleasant side of life. A lot of people are going to be longing to go home or want to go back to where they were from. So like your childhood home, things like that. A lot of people are going to feel very sensitive at this time, and rest is a good idea. And not only that, but the opportunity to develop, just to relax and develop new energy in our souls, basically. This is a good time to just rejuvenate and revive and just allow ourselves to find that place inside of us that is home as well. And so then after this, we also have Mercury entering into Taurus. And for this, it's going to be kind of an interesting vibe because now we had Mercury and it was going very fast because we had a lot of Aries behind it, a lot of fire, and now we're going more to the denser earthy kind, but not just that, but a fixed sign. So it's going to be a slow, minds are going to be working slowly. You're not going to be talking as fast. But you're going to be more thorough with your communication, with your needs with people. And you're going to be focusing on areas about more material stuff. You're also going to be kind of promoting practical skills. You're going to be more concerned with our advantage of how we're going to do things. So people are going to be more strategic at this time, and especially with their words, they're going to be a little bit more careful on how we're going to work and communicate things. And it's mostly going to be communicating things that are going on in the physical world, the tangible things that we can see, the things that we know for a fact is there, then that's going to be mostly discussed at this time. Then we have the last day of this for the 28th, and we have the moon in Cancer, and it's going to be sextiling Uranus in Taurus. And so this is going to kind of create a lot of ambition, originality. A lot of people are going to have a great desire to travel, see new things. They're going to be a lot of people are going to be happy to help at this time. A lot of people are going to be very more generous. There's going to be just a way of looking for new ways, new methods for our lives. So a lot of people are going to just find what works for them and they're just going to use that. And, they're going to go with it. So that's kind of what's happening for a lot of people. You're just going to have a great attention from those around us and just great feelings, and yeah, it's going to be kind of a nice time. Then we're going to have the sun, and it's going to be in Taurus. It's going to be sextiling the moon in Cancer. So what's going to be going on here is this is a really nice constellation. This is a great aspect because for this, it's going to be good between the male and females in relationships or just how we treat people. We're going to treat people more like equals. At this time, working with employers, there will be a lot more ease with your employees, and the employees will be a little bit more nicer and generous to helping out without as much complaints. So workplace, if you are still working, that can go a little more smoothly with this placement at this time. Just to feel at home and it's like you're kind of feeling at home everywhere you go. When you walk around on the streets, oftentimes you feel like, yeah, I'm in the streets. It's kind of uncomfortable to some extent, like you're not truly yourself. But when you feel at home anywhere you go, it kind of just feels like you're more relaxed, you're more yourself. Doesn't matter where you're at. That's kind of what's going on with that placement. It's a really great placement to have, but it is unfortunate because it doesn't last very long in this placement. And so, but man, enjoy it while you can, when you can actually just have a really nice relationship with one another and feeling like everybody sees each other as equal. That's kind of what's going to be happening. We're gonna have now Mercury in Taurus, and it's going to be squared with Saturn in Aquarius. And this can make a lot of us kind of greedy, suspicious of other people. We can become resentful, quarrelsome, where we just want to start arguing with everyone. People start to become more stubborn at this time. We start to this could cause a lot more failures in relationships, at work, just our daily lives. And a lot of people are going to have a lot of conflict around their family circles. We're going to have a lot of disputes and separations and just a lot of things happening that way. So it's going to be a little bit more of a harsh lesson for a lot of people, I feel like, at this time, but it's teaching us all to shed the old and to begin anew. So that's kind of what's going on for this week. I hope that this resonated for a lot of you, and I hope that this was very insightful, and I hope that this could help a lot of you guys out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.